All right. Hello, good morning, good evening, and good night. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic because today I want to talk to you guys about something. Whether you're a new, old, or experienced investor, I think it's always important to go back to the basics. And so, what I want to do today is I want to talk about a dividend portfolio from scratch. I want to talk about how I started in dividend investing because maybe you're starting to invest in dividends yourself. I know a lot of people on this channel, all 8,388 subscribers, 145 subscribers in the past 28 days. All of you guys have a great majority have invested and are investing currently with yourselves or your brokers or with your own experience. But today what I want to do is I want to make a video for the new investor, and I want all you guys in the comments to help out our new investors. And this is going to kind of take you through how I started investing in dividend stocks, how I realized the power of passive income, and how I built my portfolio today, where as you can see on the right, I'm currently earning over $9,000 in the first 6 months of the year. And when we do that calculation, we're looking at 9,345 divided by 6 months, over $1,500 every single month on average, coming from my investments. That's awesome. I want to show you guys how you guys can do the same. But of course, I don't have any kind of affiliate link to some of the things that I'm going to talk about in this video, such as Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. It's awesome. But what I do have is an affiliate link to Questrade. Questrade is the account that I use. There is a link down below with a referral code. Click on this code, sign up for a new Questrade account, and you will receive $50. Cool. Now, what I want to talk about is where it all got started. I got started with Robert Kiyosaki and watching a ton. I mean, all YouTube videos when it comes to investing. I found investing so cool. When I was younger, before I had this channel, anything like that, I thought that you only could make a lot of money if you won the lottery or you became a professional athlete. Well, you know what? That's actually not true. And you're able to accumulate mass amounts of wealth through time and investing. And the further you push yourself with your education, your knowledge, the faster you could potentially level up your income and create the freedom and the life that you want. That was my ambition for investing. I started reading Rich Dad Poor Dad. This was the book which taught me the difference between an asset and a liability, something that you could buy that's going to earn you money every single month versus maybe other things, liabilities, like everything can be turned to an asset, in my opinion. A lot of things. If people need it, if there's a demand, you could probably turn it into an asset. But majority, a car is likely not an asset unless you're an Uber driver or unless it's rare. Certain things, your personal home, not necessarily an asset, quote unquote, in terms of Rich Dad Poor Dad, because it doesn't produce you money. You want to buy things that produce your money. That is the first thing when it comes to dividend investing and starting your journey. You want to buy great quality businesses or great quality stocks you believe will appreciate, that are going to pay you returns. That is a dividend investor. And one way to learn how to dividend invest is to watch, of course, channels like ourselves. But one that I started watching way back, which helped me out, was Phil Town with Rule 1 Investing. He showed me how to analyze stocks, how to look at the balance sheets, the income statement, balance sheet, and cash flow statements of businesses. This basically is the report card, which tells you how well is a business doing. And okay, if you're watching this and you're an older investor, you know all of this. It's so important to go back to the basics. Do you know a majority in how to read an income statement, a balance sheet, a cash flow statement? You should find this fun. It's a journey. It's something cool where you find a new stock, you look through all the S&P 500 stocks, and you're like, wow, this is a company that's undervalued. What a great buy it is, and I'm going to buy it big. But when you're first getting started, it's important to start with the basics. Candlesticks. What is a candlestick? What does it represent? It's the buying and selling of a stock at a given price point, whether it's a day, it's 5 days, a month. These are all time frames. It's important to understand this. A lot of videos on YouTube which will tell you about candlesticks, much better than I could probably explain here. The next thing, understand a stock. A stock is a piece of ownership in a company. I searched up stock ownership is a piece of pie. Yeah, it's a piece like a slice of pie, ownership in a company. But it's really all it is. It's really that simple. You are buying a percentage of that pie, even though, for example, my shares, over my 1,000 shares of YMAX, That's a very small percentage of that pie, a very minuscule part, but nonetheless, you are becoming an owner whenever you buy a stock, which is cool. Next, you can find dividends on all sorts of stocks. You're going to have low dividends and you're going to have high dividends like you see in YieldMax. YieldMax is what we invest in. A lot of my subscribers, and then as well as myself, we invest in YieldMax ETFs, which pay these huge dividends. They're great for cash flow, but in terms of retaining your overall capital, they can diminish your capital returns that way. So they're great for income, not necessarily great for holding on to I want to say net worth, but your overall capital, because they do eat out of the capital. Not saying that they're not great, but you know what? They're very income oriented. There's a lot of different stocks you could buy. Caterpillar was an example that I wanted to show because it's a great long-term stock. It's been a great company for a long time, and you can see the forward dividend is a lot less. The forward dividend, being the dividend they're paying out, is a lot less than the earnings per share. So that means their dividend is well covered by the earnings of the company. And when you start to look in and do a lot of research, there's many kind of pages online that'll take you through everything that's here. You have your earnings per share, which is how much a company earns. You have the volume, how much the stock trades within a day. You have the beta, which is basically how volatile is the stock compared to the overall S&P 500 or the overall market. You have the market cap, extremely important, and you have other different things such as earnings dates, which are important variables when you get into individual stocks. But nonetheless, this is where I would start. I would start with your education online. Learn the difference between an asset and a liability. Figure out what cash flow is, how to generate it, and how to hold on to your principal while generating that cash flow. Kind of ironic because we invest in YieldMax ETFs, but we are now using that cash flow, all this $9,000, to then buy amazing businesses and real estate at the same time, which is going to be cool. Learn your stocks, and of course there's different accounts such as tax advantage accounts like TFSA and Roth IRA, but for the main part, you just want to focus on learning the most, as much as you can, about different stocks, ETFs, index, and markets, all surrounding stocks. But it's really a fantastic thing. The only way you're really going to learn how to dividend invest, for example, is to pull the trigger and buy your first stock. And my suggestion is to buy just one, whether it's one share of Caterpillar, one share of SCHD, which is a dividend ETF. You got to buy a share. Buying a share, whether it's $30, $35, this will be the biggest hurdle, for example, when starting your investing journey. It's where you really get started. It's where you invest, and it's where you become invested. Because when you own something, you generally want to learn more. So my advice to you is buy small, but buy a portion, a share of a company, learn, make mistakes, learn fast, make mistakes, hopefully small. And as you grow your portfolio, like I have mine over the past year, you will grow your wealth and you will build up amazing monthly and passive income. That is how I would start a dividend portfolio from scratch. I know it's kind of just more on the mindset and how to approach it, but I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. For all new and older investors, if you guys did enjoy, we're up to 8,388 subscribers. I will be going on vacation very shortly for 2 weeks, so I'm going to be posting a lot less out these 2 weeks, but I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I really hope that it brought you some kind of value. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.